guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching me or coming across my channel for the very first time, hello guys, welcome. My name is Angeles and hopefully you guys subscribe at the end of this video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a foundation review and we're going to be reviewing the CoverGirl, what is it called? True Matte Blend foundation. This does come in 40 shades, and what this foundation claims is to have a comfort matte finish, oil-free formula, and this foundation does not claim to last a certain amount of hours. So I personally picked this up because it said it had an oil-free formula, and I'm very oily, especially now that it's summer and it's like blazing hot outside. I definitely need a foundation that has oil control in it. So this foundation does come with a pump, which is really nice for a drugstore foundation, and this is what it looks like, just one pump. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I already moisturized and primed prior to this video, so we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into it. On this side of my face, I'm gonna go ahead and do one pump and apply it with a brush, and then on this side we're gonna do one pump and apply it with a sponge. I'm actually a fan of applying foundation with a brush rather than a sponge. That's just my personal preference, but we're gonna go ahead and show you guys what this foundation looks like with one layer and a blush and a brush application. So here we go. I think this is a really, really good match to my actual skin color. So this is what the foundation looks like with one pump, and I still have some foundation left over. So this is what it looks like with the brush. So now we're going to go ahead and do the other side, another pump added to it, and we're going to be using a sponge. I feel like this side of my face has a little bit more imperfections, and we're gonna go ahead and see how the coverage works on a sponge. Go ahead and start. I don't know how these beauty gurus do their brows before applying foundation because I'm so scared to mess up my eyebrows. Alright, so this is what the foundation looks like with one pump on this side of my face with a sponge. I don't know if you guys can see any redness or spots peeking through. I can still see my skin and I can still see my mole coming through and this blemish right over here. I don't know if you guys saw it before, but I can still see it, and I'm gonna go ahead and just actually blend out my foundation the right way because, excuse me, this was not blended. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just do one more coat on both sides and I'll be right back. And this is what the foundation looks like with two coats on and just the foundation itself. I want to go ahead and say that the finish of this foundation is a medium to full coverage foundation. I also want to go ahead and say that to me, this has like a natural finish as well because I can still see my moles on my face. I don't know if you guys can, if the camera picks it up, but you guys can still see my moles. I don't mind that because I actually like my moles on my face being shown. The imperfection that I had here on my right side of my face is covered, which is nice. So I just don't understand why my moles aren't getting covered. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup and come right back to give you guys my final thoughts. So I want to get right into reviewing this foundation for you guys because I have been wearing this foundation for 2 weeks just for reviewing purposes. So I have a pretty good idea of what I want to go ahead and say in this video, so I'm going to get right into it. The first time I applied this foundation on my face, I did not like it. I was pretty upset because I thought that this was shit, if I'm going to be honest. I applied it with a sponge and I was very disappointed because it was sheer coverage. If I wanted sheer coverage, I would have bought a BB cream instead. I was ready to not even do this review because I was like, this foundation sucks. but I decided to continue with the week and play with it and see what would come up, because honestly, you can't really review or give your final thoughts on a product that you only used one time. Sometimes you end up using a product one time and you hate it the first time and continue wearing it, and then you end up falling in love. Or sometimes you can love the product the first time you wear it, and then throughout the week you can end up not loving it. So that is why I continue to test this product, and I'm happy that I did, because I became a really big fan of this foundation. The day that I put this foundation to the test was the day that I actually knew that this foundation was going to be in my top 5 for summer foundations. I walked 2 miles to get where I needed to be. It was 95 degrees. It was blazing hot. There was no shade on either sides of the street. I can just feel myself forming my sweat mustache, and all I can think about at that moment was, it is fucking hot, and this foundation is melting off my face with every step that I take. It is not going to last. It held up in the heat and the humidity throughout the whole walk. It held up. There was no blotchiness. There was no streaks. And I felt like I was pouring sweat out. I hadn't touched up all day that day, and I wish I could have got footage. I have applied this foundation several ways. I have wore it with primer, without primer, applied it with a brush, with a damp beauty sponge. And I like to apply this foundation with a brush. No matter how many times I apply this foundation with a sponge, I do not get the coverage that I want. It's very sheer, and like I said, if I wanted a sheer coverage, I would have just bought a BB cream, because this is a foundation and I want it to work and apply and cover as a foundation. The foundation also sits really nicely on my face. It does not go into my smile lines at all, and it blends really nice with the concealer that I use. It did not oxidize on my face. It actually melts into my skin perfectly, and I don't know how many times I'm going to say that. I do want to go ahead and acknowledge that it does not have any claims for how long this foundation will last on your face. With that being said, the maximum wear coverage that I can give this foundation is up to 6 to 8 hours. After that, I do see my makeup breaking down a bit, especially on the corners of my nose. And to be fair, I always have foundation breaking down on my nose, just because my nose is the oiliest thing on my face. Pretty gross, I know. It has broken down on the corners of my nose, or simply just touch my face a little bit, the foundation will like smudge and smear, and it's not cute, it's not pretty. And that is the one thing that I did not like about this foundation, that it will like smear or break apart on your face after a certain while, depending on, I don't know, how oily you are. Overall, my final thoughts on this foundation is that I really like it. It's really nice. It sits comfortably. It really does sit comfortably on the face with it being a matte foundation. There is no, like, it does not emphasize my pores. It literally makes my skin look fucking flawless. Yeah, I really like this foundation, guys. I give this foundation a 9 out of 10. It has a pump, so that's nice for a drugstore foundation. This foundation comes in 40 shades. It sits comfortably on the face. It does not emphasize my pores. It literally looks like it's my skin. It literally looks like it's my skin. And the fact that it matches my forehead, like, that's a pretty exciting part, because foundations I don't really like to put foundations on my forehead because they never really match. They just make me look like I don't know how to apply makeup. But the fact that this one does match my forehead is a winner. This is definitely the foundation that I'm going to be wearing during the summer, because it has been put to the test. And that is it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys liked it. Let me know if you guys actually tried this foundation out and how it worked out for you. If you guys possibly had the same issues like I did and then end up falling in love with it, or if you guys completely hate it. Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, guys, I will see you in my next video. And don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to hit that post notification bell to get notified every single time a video is on your way. Okay, guys. Bye.